California State University San Marcos campus is in a very high fire hazard severity zone. What does that mean? That means the new Zone 0 regulations will apply to this community and the communities around it. Hey everyone, it's Chris here with Zone 0 California. But before we get started, I want to remind you, we are doing a giveaway. We're giving away a free pedestrian gate. It is an all-steel gate, designed and made in Australia, and it's built to withstand the intense heat of wildfires. And it's the exact kind of gate that will get you Zone 0 compliant. Now, if you want to enter for a chance to win, all you need to do is number one, subscribe to this channel, and then number two, go to zone0california.com, fill out the form, and download your free Zone 0 PDF checklist guide. All right, so what is Zone 0? Zone 0 is the 0 to 5 feet around any structure or home, and the new regulations around Zone 0 specifically focus on the building material and the combustible materials in that Zone 0. So this will impact things like your landscaping, your fences and your gates, and your decks and your patios. Now, when we combine roofing and siding with those other elements and focus on becoming fire resilient with those 6 or 7 things, that's what's known as home hardening or fire hardening. So when you go through that list and you make sure your roofing, your siding, your landscaping, your fences, your decks are all working in conjunction with each other, you have your best chance for a good home hardening system. All right, so this is all in the name of wildfire prevention, or I should say the prevention of damage or widespread damage like we saw in 2025 with the areas in Los Angeles like the Pacific Palisades, Malibu, or Altadena. Now, San Diego is also familiar with just how destructive wildfires can be when it comes to wildland-urban interfaces. These are where development has encroached on wildland territory and created a dangerous situation because the amount of people and structures who are now in harm's way has greatly increased. So with these new regulations, which we do expect to be finalized this year, essentially, if you are in a fire hazard severity zone, you will need to comply with these new rules. So what does that look like? Well, when it comes to landscaping, you may need to remove trees. We know that's been one of the biggest sources of contention. In fact, trees, according to one study I've seen, can lower effective temperature by as much as 50 degrees. And you know, that's going to save you a lot of money when it comes to home cooling costs and energy costs. So removing a tree is a big thing to ask. Well, what we expect to see is that places like San Diego, places like Los Angeles, will have carve-outs, they'll have special exceptions, or they will have very much more specific guidelines. What we believe is the state will issue some broad guidelines, and then counties and cities and local jurisdictions will have more specific guidelines tailored to the needs of their community there. So, all right, obviously the next thing would be fences and gates. Right? So if you have an old wood fence or an old wood gate that comes up right next to your home, that's going to need to be replaced, which is why we're doing this giveaway. Because I've been driving all around Los Angeles, all around San Diego, and the number one thing I see besides landscaping is old wood fences and gates. Now, not all woods are created equal. In fact, some woods are approved for use, namely hardwoods. For example, Kayu Batu is a hardwood, often used for decks, often used for fences and gates. That is actually approved for use by CAL FIRE. So it's not about transitioning away from wood completely, it's about understanding which types of woods are approved for use for homes and properties inside of fire hazard severity zones. Those are the people and homeowners, property managers, who are going to be most directly affected by Zone 0 regulations. So again, mentioning hardwoods are often used for decking. Decks are another source of concern when it comes to Zone 0. If your existing deck or patio uses redwood, for example, for the decking or for its railings, most likely that's going to need to be replaced as well. Now, with decking, you have composite materials like Trex or TimberTech. You also have other options for railings like steel, aluminum, or stainless steel cable railings. So those are the major areas of concern. Now, when it comes to siding and roofing, from what I understand, most roofing material is already Class A. But if you have a home from a certain period with a certain architectural style, for example, a Craftsman or mid-century home that's got wood siding, the state may not compel you to replace it, but your insurance company might. So these are major undertakings, heavy burdens that we want to raise awareness about now so people are prepared and not scared. So enough yapping. What I usually do next is take you guys in the truck, drive around these neighborhoods, show you guys where the fire hazard severity zones sort of begin, and then take a drive around to see what types of homes and existing properties will be subject to these new rules and the types of things they're gonna maybe need to look out for, all right? So once again, my name's Chris. If you wanna win that free gate, make sure you subscribe and go to zonezerocalifornia.com, fill out the form, and download your free Zone Zero PDF checklist guide. All right, enough yapping, let's get in the truck. Hey folks, it's Chris. All right, we're back in the truck. So first things first, let me show you the map and we'll show you where I'm at. I'm over here near Twin Oaks Valley Road and Barham Drive. I'm actually right here near this intersection, and you can see this is essentially where the fire hazard severity zone begins. And it goes, as I zoom out, you can see here, it goes all along here and around, you know, to the east and to the west, and certainly to the south. In fact, if I zoom out far enough, you can see just how big this entire fire hazard zone is. Now this is going to correlate heavily with the topography, with the geography, meaning this is most likely on and around elevation, a hill, a mountain. So if we zoom back in here to where we're at, so as you can see, California State University San Marcos. Now there's a development here called New City. Of course, it's very forward thinking in its design, low carbon, etc., etc. But you have existing communities up and all around this mountain here. So if we went back straight down Twin Oaks Valley Road and into this community, we're gonna run straight into the very high fire hazard severity zone. And that road continues all the way down and across to the south, southwest, bends around here. We have things like Double Peak Regional Park, right? Lake San Marcos to the north. And this road connects us all the way down to the Carlsbad area. So we're gonna take a drive up and through Twin Oaks Valley Boulevard and just go deep into the zone and see what kind of communities are around here that are gonna be affected by these Zone Zero regulations. All right, so I'm at the intersection of Barham and Twin Oaks Valley Road. You can see there's a lot of development and construction going on, all new homes over there. And then you have this commercial center here. And then of course, Cal State University over here to my left. So we're gonna drive up and into the mountains here. And as I said, you know, usually these fire hazard severity zones correlate heavily with, you know, mountainous topography. Excuse me. Whew. So you have a whole commercial center here close to the university, campus marketplace. Of course, you know, you have a high population of students here, so this is places for them to come and eat, get services. You know, I'm looking at restaurants, stretch lab, banks. So, you know, but again, all of this entire campus, all of this is in the red. You probably can't see it very well from where I'm at, but the campus is up on this hillside, and as we drive here, we're ascending into the hills. So as soon as we can find a residential community here, I think there's some to the left and to the right, we'll take a quick drive into there and see what kinds of homes are at risk for changes due to these Zone Zero regulations. All right, I turned off into a neighborhood not too far from the campus. It says it's a private road, so I'm just gonna make this very quick. But these houses definitely all have wood gates and fences between them. Over here, that's a wood fence and gate. Over here as well, that's a wood fence. So I'm just gonna do a quick turnaround so I don't make anyone suspicious here, but I'm probably already suspicious, so I'm in. But I'm telling you, all these homes here, they all have wood fences and gates between them. They were probably all built this way during the original construction. So that's why they all have it. They all share it. Here you go. There's all wood over there. All wood over here too. This just all wood. It's all wood fences and gates in this community here. I know it's a private community, I'm sorry, or it says private road or whatever. I'm showing you guys, if you live in this area, these Zone 0 regulations are going to affect you, and that's why I'm doing this. Up Twin Oaks Valley Road here, and you can see now we're really getting towards the top of the hill. Now most of the development has been townhouses and things like that. So and it's more recent builds, but there was one community I just went through where they had all old wood fences and gates between them. So there are some houses though at the very top of these hills, but like I said, topographically, these fire hazard severity zones tend to all coincide with mountains, just like in Los Angeles. You know, the whole mountain range from the Hollywood Hills all the way through Santa Monica, Malibu, Calabasas, dang near to all the way to Ventura. That's all one big mountain range, the Santa Monica Mountains, and that's all one big fire hazard severity zone. I am in this mountain range or canyon, and there are probably some really cool homes at the very top of this hill, but my guess is these are going to be gated communities. So I don't know if I'll be able to get into them, but you can see right there on the side of the hill a couple of homes there. Hopefully you can see that. San Elijo Ridgeline Trailhead. San Elijo. So yeah, these are, look, now you've got a home community here. A lot of these homes have glass, stucco. Let's see here. I could have probably turned into that neighborhood since there was no gate. I just kind of thought it was going to be a gated community. Oh, but here's a fire station. So this is fire station's responsible for this whole area. Go get them, boys. God bless them. So you can see here, I don't know, hopefully you can tell there's like a sick ass view. Oh man, this is a really high mountain range. Really beautiful views. We're gonna try to, I'm gonna take a turn into the next community. Hopefully it's not gated, and just see if there's wood fences or what they got going on even in this nice community. So see, you can tell more nice homes here. Oh, I can already see it. I already saw it. Wood fence. Wood fence. Oh, there's a park here, Double Peak Park. And yeah, it says U-turn only here. But another community here, might be gated, not sure. But San Elijo, Double Peak area, San Marcos, Twin Valley Oaks, all in the middle of a very high fire hazard severity zone. All of these homes, this is like the Calabasas of San Diego or something, I guess. Just beautiful hillside community, beautiful homes, beautiful views, but all in the middle of fire hazard severity zones. So let me see if I can pull into this neighborhood right here and just see what they got going on. Wild Canyon Drive is the hill we're taking here. All right. So we're gonna just check this out. Take a quick drive into the community. It might be gated. It might be gated. Let's see here. Yeah, gated community to the right. Oh, but not to the left. So let's just take a look here. Yep, just as I suspected. You still got old wood fences and gates. Even in this nice community, they went with old wood fences and gates when they first built it. Probably to save some money. Well, now these are all gonna need to be replaced here. This whole little community, it looks like townhouses. They're built fairly close together. It's an interesting style, but yes, I can tell, I can see from here, they all have old wood fences and gates between them. And they're built so close together that they're all going to need to replace them with Zone 0 compliant materials. So I'm going to leave it here. Cal State University San Marcos, San Elijo, Double Peaks, all the community here along Twin Valley Oaks Road is in the middle of a very high fire hazard severity zone. Folks, if you want to win a free Zone Zero compliant gate, just make sure you subscribe and fill out the form at zonezerocalifornia.com. You can download your free Zone Zero PDF checklist guide. And of course, if you want to be in touch with contractors to help you make these changes, just give us a ring and we'll connect you right away. All right? Thanks.